Thank you all for coming here this afternoon. I'm delighted to announce the team to play against Fiji this Saturday at Twickenham. It gives me it's a great privilege that the team selected will be led by the man next to me, Courtney, on his 100th appearance for his country. A fantastic player and somebody who is incredibly respected by all the players of our country and overseas. He is one of the greatest players that's ever played for England, in my opinion. In last week's game against Ireland, Anthony Watson suffered an injury to his calf that was then investigated and subsequently meant Anthony's not going to be able to play for a number of weeks. As such, Anthony unfortunately will not be part of the 33 that will travel to France next week. We wish Anthony all the very best in his recovery and hope to see him back fit and firing very soon. He'd worked tremendously hard and helped this team enormously, and we're all really disappointed for him. Thank you. Courtney and I'll take your questions.
Please can I ask if there are any other injury updates?
Yeah, so in the game against Ireland, Elliot Daly suffered an injury to his knee that we expect to just be unavailable for this weekend. We expect him to be fully fit at the start of the World Cup. Henry Arundel unfortunately suffered a freak back spasm earlier this week, which ruled him out of selection for Saturday. Tom Curry, as you know, has been working back from an ankle injury. You'll have seen him on the pitch running. He wasn't ready to go for the game this Saturday, but is almost very close to being back and fully fit and available. And George Martin, who suffered a knee injury, you'll have seen in the Wales game at Twickenham, and he is still unavailable for selection this weekend, but again, his return availability is imminent.
I mean, that feeds into the question about Johnny, which is Johnny May features in your side against Fiji this weekend, but obviously people weren't expecting him to travel to France. Does that mean he then comes into the...
Well, I think firstly, one of the things that's been done well, a number of players have been with the squad throughout over the last few weeks, understanding, and I said all along we wanted to give clarity by naming the 33 when we did, and then ensuring that we had the understanding and ability to adapt. The planning is essential because it allows you to be able to adapt and respond quickly. So Johnny has been training with the squad throughout this period and training exceptionally well. Now, clearly, the 33s, every 33 from every country is finalised next week and given to World Rugby. So after this game this Saturday, subsequent to all medical reports and clearances, will then be confirming exactly who will be going on in that 33 next week.
There's been talk this week about who would come in at number 8 to replace William Pody. You've gone Ben Earl. Can you please tell us a bit about that decision?
Yeah, so you saw Ben Earl play a good period at number 8 for his club side in the last part of last season and played exceptionally well in that position, and he's done that historically. He's done that over a long period of time. I think he adapts himself whether he's playing at 8 or at 7, and whether he's off the base of the scrum or on the flank of the scrum. I think he's played exceptionally well through these games that we've had in August. His ball carrying has been superb, and I think everyone can see just how high the intensity of his work rate, which I think is outstanding.
Thank you.
Steve, what gave Johnny the nod then for this weekend if you've not made the final call on who will be the replacement? What is it about Johnny that's given him the nod?
Well, Johnny he's an experienced test player who we know has performed well for England for many years. He was one of the players we discussed as being unfortunate to miss out on selection in the original 33 that we discussed, and he's stayed with the squad and trained exceptionally hard and understands what we're trying to do, which puts Johnny in a fantastic position, and I expect he'll go and play really well this week.
Courtney, congratulations.
Thank you.
There's a lot going on at the moment. What's been the general reaction from friends and family to reach this milestone?
Yeah, obviously incredibly positive. It's kind of been in the making for a good long time now. So yeah, I mean, I'm just extremely happy to be able to put on the shirt at all, but to obviously been able to have racked up 100 games is very, very honoured. Feel very privileged.
It's quite hard at the moment with so much going on in the build-up to this Rugby World Cup with a lot of other headlines at the moment. Are you happy to put your head above the parapet and take a little bit of that admiration and enjoy this moment for everyone, really?
Yeah, I mean, we've not got to the World Cup yet. We're still, very much on our way to where we want to be as a team. And this is just another step on the journey, to be honest. I'm really happy to be headed onto the pitch with the group of players we are on Saturday. I really couldn't ask for a better group of guys to make the Hundy with, to be honest. Cheers.
Steve, you said of Courtney that he's one of England's best ever players. How have you seen him develop over that time? It feels like he's maybe slightly, apologies for him sat on next to him, maybe back to his very best in the last few years of his career playing some of his best rugby.
Yeah, so we can embarrass him, as you say now. One of the most interesting things I see about Courtney, because I was in the England squad as a player, and captain that period when he started to emerge and come through into the England squad. And when I watch him now, he reminds me so much of the player even then, the way he moves, the intent he has, the skill level he has. We all know about the physicality Courtney has. The bits I would talk about, the bits some people don't see, the way he covers the ground for his teammates, the way he has incredible handling skills and puts his teammates through space, through holes, through gaps. Those are the things that he's had his whole career, and the way he's playing right now, the way he's training right now, is as good as I've ever seen him.
And Courtney, when you made your debut in that game against Australia, coming off the bench to play alongside Steve, do you ever think you'd be here all years later with preparing for a 100 cap?
No, certainly not back then. You're just kind of taking each game as it comes, and I suppose you do that throughout your entire career, and it's only probably the last few that you think I might actually get there, kind of thing. But yeah, my first camp was Steve was skipper, so yeah, it's kind of come full circle. It's really quite cool.
If I can jump in there, when Courtney came into camp, saw Courtney emerging in Northampton and playing against him, and then he came into camp, I was sure at that point, and I remember chatting with some of the older players at the time, thinking that this guy's going to be this guy's going to be one of our best. You could see it then. So sorry to embarrass you. You could see it then. And the exciting thing for me is I think he's still got plenty in front of him.
Just on the injury situation, obviously terrible news for Anthony. We all know how sort of hard he's worked to get back in the class he's got. With Elliot as well, it must be a relief that he's still able to stay with you and hopefully feature.
Yeah, we always knew there were going to be situations. You're hearing lots about other teams that are suffering injuries as well, and we know it's part of what we do, and what we have to do is ensure that we've got great planning in place so that we're able to deal with these situations that occur. And I think having Johnny May and other players that we've had around the squad, as you can see with players like Johnny Hill, Jamie Blameyer, who stayed with the squad, Tom Pearson, Guy Porter, it's mean we've got players ready to go should these situations occur.
And Johnny, such an experienced guy, but he's one of the most diligent, isn't he? And so kind of someone you could completely rely on.
Johnny May's an incredible professional, and I think he was every day you watch him prepare for training, it's phenomenal in terms of the detail he goes into and the process he goes through to ensure when he goes out on the grass he is able to train at his best. And watching him today, he was fantastic. Great the way, typical John May, the way you see him when he finds that space down the flank and able to accelerate and go, the ability to go and chase balls and win them back in the air. He's been excellent.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Lovely.